Thank you for joining me. Tonight I'm actually going to be going live with one of our past brides and a groom, Amanda and Caleb. They were married in January here in Las Vegas this year, and I'm just going to wait for them to come on and join so we can kind of get the Q&A started. And if you guys join and you're not able to hang out for the entire Q&A, I will make sure and save the replay so you guys can catch that on IGTV. Amanda and Caleb are trying to do it from their computer, so I'm excited to see if that works. Can you guys let me know if you can hear me? I see Amanda joined. Hello, Amanda. Hi, Caleb. If you guys can just do the request to join live button, then I should be able to get this started. Okay, I see that. Let's go. And if you guys watching can let me know if you can hear me, that would be awesome. And then if you can hear Amanda once they join. Hi, guys.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Hello.
I'm so glad that both of you guys were able to join us tonight. So that's awesome. Thank you, Caleb.
Oh, no problem. Glad to be here.
How's married life?
Great.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me. You have a lot going on this evening, so I'm going to get the Q&A started. I want to let everybody know I did not send you guys questions ahead of time, so we're just going to kind of find and hopefully there's no surprises. So I wanted to start this off by asking you guys, what was the biggest reason for you guys having an elopement or micro wedding? And then after that, why you chose Las Vegas?
Well, I text Caleb on a whim and just said, can we just elope? Because we planned our wedding 3 times in COVID.
Okay.
So, and we kept getting it pushed back, So I finally just texted him one day at work and said, can we get eloped? Or can we elope? And he thought I had lost my mind.
Yeah, I was like, what'd you do with my fiance?
How many people were you guys originally inviting to your larger wedding? And where was that planned? Or where were
So
you
that was planned here where we live in Vancouver, Washington, and we had over 200, I think.
Wow, that's a big wedding.
Yeah, it's huge.
That's a big change. So in hindsight, or let's finish. Why did you guys decide Las Vegas?
I just went on and Googled a whole bunch of places. His sister and brother-in-law, they eloped the year prior in Reno. And so I was like, well, maybe that's an option. I have family in Arizona.
Okay.
And honestly, I found your website and that's why we picked it.
Oh, well, that's awesome. And you guys are on the West Coast. So easy, I'm sure, for the people that did come.
Mm-hmm.
So do you guys regret not having a larger wedding, or how do you feel about that?
Absolutely not.
Not at all.
Good. I know you typically hear what you guys say, not the opposite. I don't think many people regret doing something smaller ever. Yeah. So did you feel like there was any aspect of your wedding day that you guys felt like you missed out on doing elopement?
No, I actually, when we left, was like, I feel like we got everything we wanted on a smaller scale. So, no, I don't think so.
No, can't think of one thing.
No.
I'm glad to hear that. I know I was actually there for your guys' wedding day, so I'm excited that you guys wanted to come on live because that was so cool to be a part of your guys' day. And I wanted to talk a little bit about, I know we had some last major changes.
Mm-hmm.
If we made those changes the day before, or was it literally on wedding day? I can't remember. But basically, for everyone watching, what happened was we had some that popped up, and what we do is usually it's a few days before. Sometimes the big surprise. We'll let the couple know, hey, there's inclement. Do you want to stick out outside, or do you want to move inside? And you can actually switch venues. Mm-hmm. So. Day of? I can't remember. Was that a few days prior?
I think it was the day before.
Okay, so let me know in hindsight your thoughts. Like, what were you thinking? Did you think we were crazy? Were you sad? Like, what were you thinking? Because that's major.
I was sad at first just because I loved the Red Rocks and I really wanted to do that. You didn't care.
No.
he was so over it. He was like, they can marry us in traffic. I don't really care anymore. So I was sad about that. I'm an anxious person, and so my anxiety just kicked in at first. But I think you guys had it squared away within like 30 minutes, where it was
Well,
fine.
when we only have a few days, that happen pretty quick, right? No, but from me, thank you for trusting us. I know that that's a big decision, and I got married outside. So I remember, thinking, oh my gosh, if it rains, what am I going to do? So thank you for trusting us. And I mean, we moved basically inside to Mansion 54, which is a venue on the strip downtown, and really, really beautiful. I know the ceremony handle it, something completely different than what we originally envisioned, but so beautiful.
We loved it.
Okay, well, good. I know last minute for weather's not easy, so thanks for being so easy to work with, and so happy and excited when you guys got there. So
We loved it. We honestly too, because we live in the Pacific Northwest, we would have roughed the rain, I think.
Yeah.
But
Glad we didn't.
yeah, I'm glad we didn't. But my grandparents were there, and I didn't want them to like sit in the rain.
And the crazy thing with Vegas is we really don't get rain a lot. Luck, right? As they say. Yeah, we don't get a ton of bad weather in Vegas, so hey.
We deal with it here all the time, so we didn't think we would have it there.
All it does is rain up there. I feel like you guys
does, all the time.
Maybe you brought the rain. I don't know.
I love it.
Okay, so I want to ask you guys, how many people did you guys have there? Any? I already know the answer. Everyone else is curious.
28? 26?
26
or 28?
26? Okay.
What's the right answer?
Hey, it works. It's all good. You guys regret not having all of your friends and family there? Did you guys, obviously you had a original guest list, but how did that work as you guys were inviting people?
We, so how we did it was we didn't tell anybody until after. So we went to our parents first and said, if this is what we do, this is what we want to do. If we do this, will you guys travel to Vegas? It was also the middle of COVID. So, getting people to travel too was a little bit of a nightmare, but, all of our parents said they would go. So we decided like, we're fine with that. If they're the only ones that will go, we would be okay with that. And, my dad had mentioned my other grandparents missing it. So we kind of made the deal when we talked about it of, if we do this, then we will have like a reception here, which we're having on Saturday. So.
Oh my gosh. Can you tell me what's up there to celebrate?
We're just doing it at my parents' house. At my dad's house. It's going to be very like, there's going to be 75 people, yeah, I think. We just got like catered food. I'm not doing any like decorations or anything. And
there's have a backyard party, have some fun here, and yeah.
Yes.
Are you everybody your wedding video and wedding photos?
Yes, we posted that. Everybody has seen that and loves it. So
okay, cool.
But yeah, that was kind of our like middle compromise. And then we didn't tell anybody else on our guest list that we had previously sent out like save the dates for until after we had done it.
Okay.
And I just did like an Instagram post and said we got married. We'll have a reception later.
I love it. Perfect.
That was it. So.
And everybody was supportive. All of your
yeah. If they weren't, they didn't say it to us, so it was fine.
Out of I think a lot of people wonder when inviting guests, what percentage of people are actually going to come. So out of the people that you actually invited to the wedding in Las Vegas, how many, like what percentage would you say and RSVP?
We had 2 not go.
Okay.
I think
2 or 4. Yeah, not
okay.
Very many people didn't. Like mostly everybody came.
That's great. Even during COVID, good friends and family. That's awesome. Yeah. So for those of the people that came, did they have a good time? Did they have fun in Vegas?
Yeah, we didn't plan much, but the dinner after, so it was kind of a free for all. Just told everybody do whatever you want. We stayed at the hotel mostly, but we went to Fremont Street one day. Okay. But yeah.
So I want to ask you guys, what did you do after the ceremony to celebrate, if anything?
I'm gonna butcher the name. It was Montriano's in the Paris.
What, Maggiano's?
Yes,
the Italian restaurant in the Paris.
Different name. We will look it up. It's in Paris Hotel, right?
Yes. We stayed
We'll
for
look
Paris.
it up because people are always interested in what everybody does after the ceremony. Did you guys do a sit down meal? What kind of serve? Did you do alcohol? How did that all play out?
We did. So we did you scheduled a dinner. It was like what?
Um,
4 courses,
yeah, the
maybe?
4-course meal, great food, really, and yeah, we did an open bar. Yeah, it was great.
Which was cheaper than doing it by the head. So do the open bar.
Oh, okay, that's great. And I'll make sure and ask you guys after to get the name, and we'll tag it because people are always looking for new places to go. Did you guys do any sort of formalities at the dinner? Any toast that like a typical wedding reception would kind of do a nice dinner?
We did. So your brother did was his best man, and he did a toast, and then my maid of honor did, but that was about it. Yeah, we just kind of had a nice dinner.
I feel like that's the perfect place to kind of do toast. So that's awesome. And you guys did a 4-course meal, open bar. Can you give me a per person that you guys paid if you remember, just so people can get an idea of like what that looks like?
What did you pay? What did we?
I think it was about 75 per head,
Maybe.
and then yeah, alcohol on top of that. But
Okay, and the food was good?
oh,
So good.
Did you guys have a private room, or was it did you kind of like just have part of the restaurant?
It was like semi-private. So it's up some stairs. You can see people out there, but there's kind of like a half wall. So it's semi-private.
Okay.
It felt private.
Did you guys transport your guests directly after the ceremony to the space, or was everybody kind of on their own?
Everybody was kind of on their own. So some of my family actually drove in from Arizona, and then his sister had a rental car. So there was a lot of cars, a few people Ubered, but they came back, and then there was like, what, an hour and a half between the wedding and dinner because we had the photos after. And a lot of people like went upstairs and changed and like relaxed and then came down to dinner because they stayed at the Paris too. So
I know clients sometimes get really worried about having a gap in in between the ceremony and dinner, reception, whatever you guys are doing after. Do you feel like that was a big deal to your guests, or was it kind of just a nice break? Kind of.
I think it was a nice break.
Yeah, I think it was nice.
Especially like a lot of the people that didn't want to wear their formal clothes anymore went upstairs and put on more comfortable clothes because it was just for the dinner, and so it didn't matter.
It's not so comfortable walking around those big hotels with heels on for a long period of time. It is rough.
Yeah. No.
Did you guys do anything after your dinner, or was that kind of the end of the night?
We gambled after.
Yeah.
We stayed up pretty late and gambled.
Oh, fun. I love that.
Yeah.
Did you...
No. We lost horribly. No,
probably a good thing, but I wanted to ask you guys, what was the most stressful part of the wedding day itself? If anything. And that could be for both of you, if you guys, either one of you were stressed. Caleb looks like he probably wasn't too stressed.
I lost a button during the wedding, so
Yeah,
that was the most stressful thing that happened to me.
Which button? Was it on your wrist, or?
My front.
Oh, an outfit misfunction. That is not good. No, it's fine. It was fine, right? Did you?
No, we figured it out. It was perfect.
Yeah, I think for me, and nobody knew, but I was really sick during the wedding. I had actually had to go get an IV that morning before the wedding, like just to like get me there. I
didn't know that. Oh my God.
I didn't tell anybody. I did everything I could just to like get me there.
What, were you like hungover sick, or was it actually, did you like come down with something?
No, I have an autoimmune disease, and it caused just like the day we flew into, it was super random, but it caused a whole bunch of acid in my stomach. And so, yeah, it was
probably, I didn't know if you're like, oh no, is it COVID? Oh God.
No, I just had a ton of acid. It was really, yeah. So I felt awful.
I'm sorry. I had no idea you played that off so good.
We went like 7 a.m. We went across, like bolted across the street to another hotel and got an IV really quick. And
those IVs can be life-changing. I'm telling you. I've done them after a night of drinking, and it really does save the day. you right back to life. Well, I'm so glad that we made it through the day, and wow, okay, yeah, you put on a good face. I'm glad that you were still able to enjoy the day.
Yeah, no, it was still great.
So, okay, so since we're talking about a little bit of stress, was there anything you stressed out about that was unnecessary leading up to the wedding day? Anything that you wish you like wouldn't have stressed about?
Music. I I had like a meltdown about the
Were
music.
you decide what to choose, what music to choose?
Yeah. I thought it was going to be a bigger deal and like it was more important, but it like the day it just really wasn't that important. So.
Well, I know we actually had a lot of emails from brides that are like, I don't know what songs to pick. Do you have a list of songs to choose from? And of course, I mean, if you Googled songs, there's a million, you can search top 100 first dance songs. But I always tell people, choose songs that you really like, that mean something to you, that you guys like as a couple. Like, it doesn't have to be this traditional, canon and D song, which is okay as well. But you can choose any music. It doesn't have to be this stressful thing. So
you're not going to even like, I don't even remember hearing it.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I remember. I absolutely loved some of your music. Did you guys play country songs?
We did.
Mm-hmm.
That is why I remember. I will like love you forever if you play country music on your wedding day. That's my thing. So
I just
cried. I actually cried.
I remember like being so stressed out about what song to walk down the aisle to, and like I can't tell you how many panic attacks I had about it because I was like, it has to be the perfect song. And then honestly, now I don't even remember hearing it when I walked down the aisle because that's not what you're paying attention to.
Well, I remember your music, and I remember I got emotional. I still get emotional. I've seen hundreds of weddings, and I still get emotional. So it's pretty cool watching you guys walk down the aisle. And I love father-daughter dances, and oh my gosh, those just touch my heart. So that was super sweet. So was there anything you would have done differently, or anything you may have like wanted to add, or something you didn't do, or something you would have done differently?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Whoa, cool. That's awesome. No regrets. I like it.
No, honestly, like I almost think that maybe picking the inside venue first because it just was perfect. So that would have like cut out a lot of stress in hindsight. But I mean,
yeah, about weather. We don't have a ton of options for indoor locations in Las Vegas, but I think the ones that we do have are pretty awesome. And then it's you really don't have to worry about weather or anything going wrong as far as that goes. So that's nice. But
maybe
again,
but
don't get bad weather. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, but I don't think. No.
I don't think so.
So a lot of couples go in between whether they want to add videography or hire a videographer for their wedding or elopement. I know you guys did. Is that something that was worth it to you? Is that something you'd recommend other couples doing?
Yes. We originally weren't going to in our big wedding we were having here.
Yeah.
But because it was something that was a way that not everybody could go to, and yes, I highly recommend it. I'm so happy we have that.
Yeah, I am too. I got one for my wedding. And have you guys watched it several times? Or do you guys, I haven't watched mine in a while. I probably need to. But it's something I think that's great to have, for the future. And I know at the time it can be, for me, it was a big investment and something I was kind of like going in between. Do I need to spend the money on that? Is it worth it? And for me, it was. So I'm glad to hear that you guys were happy with your video and it was something that.
Yeah, we have like, I had a set of grandparents that couldn't be there, and so they were really excited to see it. And so it was a big deal to have for people who couldn't be there.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, I was gonna say, how far in advance did you guys plan the elopement?
2 months.
2 months.
2 months.
2 months. I think we first got in touch with you in November, and then we had a.
Yeah, a lot of times people ask, how far in advance do we have to book? And I'm like, well, I mean, we could pull something again days, but, and we can also plan something a year and a half from now. So it's kind of whenever you guys are ready to, pull the trigger and make it happen. So 2 months. Yeah.
We just want to give enough people a little bit of notice to like book plane tickets and time off from work and stuff like that. But which that was plenty of time. They figured it out. So
You guys do a room block?
no.
No. Did everybody stay at the same hotel, or did they kind of stay at different?
I had an aunt and uncle stay at a different hotel, and then my mom got a condo because my grandparents came with her. So they got like a 3-bedroom condo on the strip. But besides that, everybody else stayed at the Paris.
Okay. Okay. Um, did the ceremony rushed with such a tight schedule?
No,
No,
I'm actually thankful it was that quick.
no, it felt really.
Yeah, it was just nice to like.
Into that time, you know, you do your cake cutting, you do the champagne. And I think some people see that and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you fit that in." Somehow we. So I always like to get feedback to feel like if you guys felt rushed or if it just felt, you know, perfect. So
It did. I mean, to be honest, I think that you think as a bride, like for all just being really honest, I think you think as a bride that you want to like socialize with everybody and you want plenty of time, but then the day comes and you really don't. Like you don't. Everybody wants your attention. So by the end of it, you're kind of a little drained. So I thought it was perfect.
which is crazy that you only had 25 people and you can still feel like that. So can you imagine a 200-person wedding?
I said that to him in the car when we left the venue. I was like, I can't imagine doing this with the amount of people that we had planned to originally do it. I couldn't have done it at all.
Yeah. I only had 50 people at my wedding, and I'm glad we kind of did like a weekend thing out of it, because I still wouldn't have been able to talk to everybody. So I almost feel like the smaller you get more quality time with those people. And you guys had time at your reception, you know, kind of mingle and talk. And during the ceremony, even at your wedding, that's not a time you have anybody anyways, you know. So
No, they're all like they all want to talk to you. You do feel a little drained. But honestly, we didn't even like get to see people a whole lot during that week either, because we flew in like 3 or 4 days prior and we really didn't see a whole lot of people. So
hey, that's okay too. You know what I mean? I stayed at an all-inclusive resort. It was kind of easy to keep people in one place. But in Vegas, unless you have a million things planned and lined up, people want to do their thing in Vegas. They want to gamble. They want to go see shows. They want to go shopping. There's so many things to do in Vegas. I think that's why it's such a great destination for weddings too, because people don't mind Vegas. You know, they can come to the wedding and then have a vacation weekend out of it. So
yeah, we kind of just told all of our guests when we got there, like, we're going to stay at the hotel because it had everything there. And if you guys want to see us, you can come to the hotel. Like, that's kind of how we did it. And it worked out.
did you guys do a honeymoon at all, or any sort of vacation after that?
Yeah, we took a COVID honeymoon.
Bad time for a big honeymoon for sure.
I know. We're working on we want to relocate to Colorado. So we went out to Colorado and spent some time there. And then we went to Texas and hung out on the beach for a few days. So not like a full honeymoon, but we'll do a bigger one maybe next year.
Yeah.
When things are back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask you guys, what advice would you give couples that are torn between having an elopement, or micro wedding, whatever you want to call it, or doing a big wedding, which is what you guys originally had planned?
Save the money.
Just do it.
Yeah, save the money.
Buy a house, go on a honeymoon, huh?
Yeah, save the money. I don't feel cheated out of anything. I feel like I had what I wanted in a wedding for a lot less money, and it was way easier. So.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to hear that. Is there anything else I'm kind of putting you on the spot. Is there anything else you guys want to tell anybody, or any advice you'd like to give anyone that's either married, engaged, looking to get married? Any advice? If not.
I would say don't stress out about it. I'm just a natural stressor and I stress out about everything. And handing my wedding over was something I never thought I would be able to do. And he thought I was crazy for thinking I could do it, but just don't stress out about it because it will work out.
Well, thank you for trusting us. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you for choosing us. And I'm honored that I got to be a part of your day. So
excited you were there.
Yeah, it was great to see you. Your guests were amazing. I loved everything. It was so beautiful. But it's awesome that I get to keep in touch with you guys too. So thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me. I don't have any other questions for you guys, but I appreciate your time. And congratulations again, newlyweds. You guys come on your 1 year and come see us.
Yeah. Love to.
That.
He go back already, so.
Okay, you guys, thank you so much. I'm going to sign off, but thanks again.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.